Hello everyone, this is Hell's Unicorn, also known as Jonathan to those who know me better, and I am presently right now in Waverly, Virginia, and I am actually at the former residence of Lorissa McComas during 2007, early 2008, and I'm going to show you the house from a couple different angles on the outside here. Right here we have a nice little two-car garage with one door. And this is a very nice little two-story colonial. We have a satellite dish still in here. And for those of you that are curious, this house was foreclosed on because Larissa's fiance, David Keeter, was arrested by the ATF on bogus straw purchase charges. And at the same time, the real estate bubble had burst. And so a good, well-meaning group of people of limited means, this being Lorissa McComas, her brother Rennet, were basically tossed out of their house. And it has been resold a couple times, but it is presently right now abandoned. I want all of you to think about that. Our government, at its leisure, can basically allow banks to value properties at ridiculous amounts, and then when people can't pay, rather than revaluing the properties at their current value and the banks taking the hit that they deserve, people lose their houses. It's a very beautiful thing. And though I do admit a lot of the people that had this happen probably deserve to lose their houses, it says something when you see something like this. You can see right here the grass is overgrown. This was much better maintained before she was forced to move out. And I'm going to take a little quick shot from the front right here. And right here at the front, you see you've got a nice, good-sized porch. You've got 8 or 9 really good windows. Got a nice driveway. Even got a nice little shed right over there. This was the first property that Lorissa had lived on that had upwards of 30 acres on it. So that's just something to keep in mind. Now I'm going to back up a bit so I can show you the address for verification purposes here. I'm sorry that my camera handling abilities are not the best. We're moving out a bit here. See a nice little tree and some good shrubbery. Still hasn't been overgrown completely yet, but you can definitely tell that it hasn't been maintained. All right, I'm just going to take a quick shot of the mailbox. All right, so over here we have the mailbox. And the address is 30124, and what's the name of the street, David?
Petersburg Road.
Petersburg Road. And this right here is David Keeter. He is the, what I would argue, the only thing that would pass for a husband in Larissa's life. Very good, decent man, and I wanted to thank him for taking the time to work with me on this. And you have a few words you want to say, David?
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Like we were discussing earlier, this is the home that Lorissa and I purchased together back in 2006, and this was to be her fresh start, and it was the first time I think she ever lived in this type of setting, in a country setting. She was absolutely loving it, and it was nice for her while it lasted.
Yes. All right, so I think we're going to move on now. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we are now at Glenn's Texaco and Automotive. This is just a stone's throw away from where Larissa's apartment was the last year that she was living in Waverly. As you can see, it's got a pretty good storefront. This is where Larissa's ex-husband, but still unfortunately in her life, worked, and he worked primarily doing deliveries and sweeping the floors. And it was during this time that Doug was actually taking to using Larissa's transportation instead of the company car. And we're going to get into the reasons for that right about now. Are you ready, David? We're going to just discuss this a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, what I like to do, and again, if in the course of this conversation, Jonathan, it's okay if we just walk out the back lot while I explain this.
Yeah.
Because I want to show you just how close the apartment was that Lorissa got when we unfortunately lost the house. How, again, I'm sorry, how close the apartment was that Doug would have to take the car to come to work. And again, we'll go with that in a minute. But if we just walk this way. Now, Glenn hired Doug out of basically as a favor to Lorissa and everything, because Glenn was helping Lorissa out with the bills and stuff. So he gave Doug a job, tedious job of doing things like sweeping the floors and running around town with Glenn's truck to pick up car parts, whatever the mechanics might need. Now, like I said, Doug would rather take Larissa's car, leaving Larissa home without any transportation. And the main reason being is because Doug knew he couldn't drink in Glenn's truck. So he would take the car, and on his delivery runs, he would just basically stay drunk all day. Glenn knew it, but because it wasn't a company vehicle and Glenn was trying to help Larissa out, he just kind of turned a blind eye to it. And even when I got the car back when I came home, three things that I found in it: a whole bunch of beer bottle tabs from Miller Lite, Doug's brand, and a half a bottle of Scope, and the mouthwash in the glove box. So that was his way of getting around it. But you can see right now on the side of Glenn's lot, while the cars and stuff are, I want to walk just a little bit faster so we can show exactly how easy it would have been, you know, for Doug just to walk to work. You know, pretty much unobstructed, paved the whole way. And you see Glenn does stay pretty busy. But all of this, as you can still be Glenn's lot. Now this is the what's commonly known as Sylvain Road. Now if we can focus right in on that green trash can.
All right.
That's the apartment. There's a duplex apartment, 132, 134 Sylvain Road. That's it right there.
Yeah, that little green trash can right there, I apologize for my camera handling skills. That is maybe at best 120 feet away. And that is exactly where the apartment was. Person in decent shape could probably run this in about 20 seconds flat. All right, focusing back now. All right, so anything else to add on this front, David?
Right now, Jonathan, I just, what I would like to do is just hold off for a later date. When we talk about this more this evening.
Okay.